thousands of teachers and principals marched, whistled, sang and chanted in protest rallies around the country today. The primary and intermediate school teachers were on strike in support of their stalled pay talks with the Education Ministry. The government is urging patience, but from Kaitaia to Invercargill, teachers made it clear they are in no mood to wait for better pay and conditions. Our education correspondent John Gerritsen filed this report.
In Wellington, 4,000 teachers, principals and children gathered at the regional stadium. 8-year-old Sally Beaumont was there with her mother, who's a teacher.
I want to support the teachers.
Do you think teachers should get more pay?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're doing a lot of work and they're working really hard.
But the union's lead negotiator, Louise Green, warned that the Education Ministry's next offer might not be enough.
To date, there has been no more money, so no new offer. What we saw in May and June is still what's on the table. And that means we've got to act and be noisy and make sure that our voices are heard.
Michael Hutchinson is not a teacher, but he was at the Wellington rally with his son Charlie and his sister Juliana. He says teachers deserve a pay rise.
Absolutely, and not just a pay rise, a bit more time to actually teach.
Now, this is a one-day strike, but there might be more. I mean, was it hard for you to take a day off today and look after your son?
Yeah, it is a little bit difficult, but it's important, so why not?
Juliana Hutchinson is a new teacher at Wainuiomata Intermediate. She says the strike is critical.
It's super important. Look, I'm a new teacher. I've only been in the job 4 weeks, and it's already very clear to me that change needs to happen. Mainly for the students and secondly for the rights of the teachers.
Another Wellington teacher, Ashley Chesterfield, says teachers need better conditions.
It's tough and it's kind of making me second guess decisions that I've made in regards to coming into teaching. I'm here for the kids, but the quality of work environment is just hard. It's tough.
Yeah, and you're giving up a day's pay for this? So you think this is going to be worthwhile?
Yep, I hope so, and if not, we'll go for 2.
In Auckland, 10,000 teachers and principals marched up Queen Street to Aotea Square. Megan Brealey says teachers need more pay.
We need to be paid more. That boils down to that. Teachers are struggling to survive. I know of lots of teachers who couldn't come today because they couldn't afford the principal to come in.
Vanessa Short says teaching has become just too hard.
I've had enough. I can't keep going like this. I was at work last night. You know what time I left work? 8 o'clock. You know what time I left work on Monday night? 8 o'clock, and it's the same every week. We work hard. We've got more and more kids in our classes with special needs. These kids are in our class and are waiting for a year before they're even seen by anybody to give us support with them.
Hugo was one of many children supporting their teachers at the Queen Street rally.
The teachers are our future, so if we don't get good education, it's just not going to be a good life.
Back in Wellington, the rally reached Parliament, where the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, made an unscheduled address.
There is no you and us, there is only us. And if there is only us, that means that we have to take on board every challenge that you've raised. There's very few signs out there that I don't agree with. I'm looking out there and I'm thinking, yes, there is so much more work to do. The last speaker said we need radical change. Yes, the only point we would make is, unfortunately, sometimes radical change takes time.
The government is asking teachers for patience, but NZEI member Matt Boucher made it clear that teachers have had enough.
Politicians say that education's a priority, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Chris Hipkins says that he's disappointed that we want more than a few token scraps. Yeah, well, we're more than disappointed. We're outraged.
Now teachers are hoping that outrage has been enough to convince the government that it needs to improve its offer. Mo te hōtaka o te ahi, ko John Gerritsen tēnei.
And John was working with our visual journalist Rebecca Parsons King.